Big City Greens. Split decision. It's Friday. Yeah, I'm watching this a day early, mainly because I have, like, stuff to do tomorrow whenever it actually goes up and actually is aired or whatever. It was on Disney Now, so I can just watch it, so I'm gonna go and do that. I'll probably just upload this on maybe Sunday, probably, more than likely. But anyways, yeah, this episode is, this is, this is this is a weird one. I don't really know, like, I'm kind of mixed, honestly, on this one. It's about Gabriella basically changing and becoming golf and not having any real interest in cricket anymore. This came out of nowhere, huh? This is weird. I mean, on one hand, I'm okay with this, but on the other hand, I'm not. Like, there's some weird thing where it's like, I've always looked at this, couple. I've always looked at this, thing between them as like, it works. It works. It's cool for what it is. I don't know. I think the episode itself was fine. You know what I mean? But like, it wasn't like terribly funny. You know what I mean? I mean, we literally just had an April Fool's Day episode where it's basically like a fake out, like, oh, look, Gabriella's angry at him and they're gonna break up. And then it's like, oh no, we're gonna, we're gonna make up and everything. Haha, everything's fine. And then all of a sudden she becomes golf. And then it's like, okay, what? What? Like, I understand the whole idea. I understand that this is like something that just kind of happens. But like, it just comes out of nowhere. It's weird. You know what I mean? It's weird. I don't know. I'm trying to think, was there like any like hints maybe that this could happen or something along those lines? Not really, as far as I'm aware. I won't lie, I did see just a synopsis of this episode. I tried to avoid those like the plague, but I accidentally saw it. And I was like, how the hell are they gonna do this? Because the synopsis was like, Gabriella breaks up with Cricket, and then Cricket tries to, change to get back with her or whatever. I would talk about the side plot with Remy, but like, it's kind of non-existent, really. I think it's just like a yearbook picture or something like that. I don't know, like something that he'd be known for or something. But honestly, low-key, I kind of blanked out, honestly, on those parts because it just wasn't as interesting as the main thing here. But yeah, it's apparently it's over. I would say the ending's probably the best part of this episode, I'd say, where they just kind of naturally just kind of mutually agree that maybe we should just end this. Yeah, it's just whatever. It's just one of those things. I think Cricket being golf and trying to be golf was kind of funny. Sup. Like that was pretty good. I don't know, it's just weird to me. I don't know. I wouldn't expect them to do this. I really didn't expect them to do this. I really thought it was gonna be like one of those things where it's like, oh, just kidding, they're gonna be back together. Just kidding, But no, they went for it. They really did it. They really did it. Huh. I mean, I guess it's memorable, but I don't really know if it's really for good reasons. I'd say it's decent. I'd say. There's a lot of just like me rambling through this because I really don't know how the hell to really articulate this. So I'm sorry if I'm all over the place in this review. I apologize terribly because like that's kind of where I was watching this episode. Like some parts I found were slightly appealing, other parts were kind of just like this doesn't really add up. And it also hurts because I did like this. I did like this couple and I did like this dynamic between these two characters. But unfortunately, it's just, I guess that's just how it goes, I guess. I don't know. Fun Disney cartoon. Like, it's a seriously goofy farm boy. Even like Cricket was like, man, relationships are weird and like dating is weird. It's like, dude, this is weird. I'm just gonna move on. Okay, I'm just gonna move on to skipped over. Okay, let's move on to skipped over. So this episode is about Cricket basically beating Bill at pretty much everything. And Bill becoming like jealous that his son is winning. He's supposed to be the dad and he's supposed to win everything. I needed this. I needed this episode. After that, just like kind of like weird, kind of good, but not really. Like that, it was weird. It was weird. I needed this. I needed this. Especially like the barn. Oh, it's a shoot, brother. Detamania gonna be running wild, brother. They do like wrestling match where like Bill like just kills Cricket. It's just hilarious. I'm sorry. It's funny. I love that part. That's such a good part. There's also like a side plot with like Nancy and I think it's Nick. Yeah, Nick. I promise I know his name. I just blanked there for a second. But they go to like get this casserole dish back or whatever. That wasn't too interesting to me. Back-to-back episodes where the B plot just kind of like falls in comparison to the A. But the ending of this episode was nice with, you know, his dad basically saying like, your victories are my victories, you know, and my losses are your victories. So it's like I have to be happy there. It was sweet, you know. It was a sweet moment, and I liked it. It was nice. It was nicely done. I needed that. I needed like a funny, silly episode of Big Sea Greens. I needed that. I wouldn't really necessarily say I cried during the like Cricket and Gabriella one. It was just so like, man, like they're really doing this. This is seriously what this is. I was thinking it was gonna be like goofy and like funny and like all this weird stuff, but no, it was just really down. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even say it was bad. Like the first episode, Split Decision, I wouldn't say it was bad. I'd just say it was just kind of odd. Regardless, though, at least Skipped Over was a really fun episode. At least this one was like, it was a lot more fun than the last one. So it was pretty damn good. It was a pretty damn good episode. Very funny. I already mentioned the Hulk Hogan references that Bill was doing. That was funny. That was awesome. It's a shoot, brother. When you run with the Dynamania. That sounds more like Macho Man Randy Savage. Snap into a Slim Jim, oh yeah. Anyways, before I get too in-depth into my wrestling, pro wrestling knowledge, allow me to go. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, I'll go and see you guys next week for the next episode. I guess the season finale, I think, of Big City Greens, I want to say. So guys, see you then. And it's been Taylor 16, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care, everybody.